let's talk about the Thunderbolts and Nova. We're finally hearing good things about these properties. We've known for a while that there's been movement on these. I mean, Feige outright, like, I don't know, half a year ago was like, we're working on Nova. That's why we mentioned them before. Nova's something we want to do. So, Geeks Worldwide, they were the ones that dropped the exclusive on both of these. And, you know, to me, if you just look at their track record for getting productions down, nailing when they start and what it is, they're consistently the one that's had the most misses and, or I mean, like the most misses when it comes to not really, how do I frame this? I don't want to make them sound bad because they're not. They're really good. Well, I'll say they've had more hits than misses when it comes to scoops on productions. I guess that's how I'll say it. Like, you go back through and they were the ones that were like, hey, we found this production. This is probably She-Hulk. This is Moon Knight. This is this. And it was always correct. Like, if there was 20, they've batted 19 out of 20. So I trust them here. Their misses have been more of the what others said. And they also hear, hey, we've heard something about this, but we can't confirm it ourselves. So when it comes to these productions, I do trust them. So I do believe that, you know, we're looking at Nova and Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they are also the ones that got Melina.
Yeah.
No Way Home.
Yeah,
and you know it's them because I think Variety or one of the trades, whichever trade reported it first, were like, hey, yeah, you know, Geeks Worldwide had this first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, going off of that, like, what do you think? Finally, Nova and finally Thunderbolts. It feels long overdue. I would say at least for like Nova. Thunderbolts, you could see.
Oh yeah, Nova should have been in it.
Yeah,
Nova should have been set up in 2014.
Easily.
If there's one mistake that the MCU has made, it's not having Nova been around for ages.
Just watch. He's gonna get the prequel treatment where they do establish he was there, but he just never showed up.
As long as he doesn't look like the Evangelions Nova that the Guardians game has.
Those are,
or the Final Fantasy VII Soldier, because I don't like the look of those Nova.
Some of the designs in that game are weird, but some actually do work. It just depends on what, because there's obviously the different Nova members. I do like appreciate though that they're gonna give us like this character finally, and that he seems to be getting a lot of traction. Like the Nova Corp in general just kind of seems to be popping up in places, and I don't know, it's kind of nice, but it doesn't
say he's back on the Guardians in the comics at the minute. I know that much.
It'll certainly be interesting to see how they approach this character. Do you think they spin him off of anything, or do you think they just introduce him as a straight up, hey, here's your new character, it's Nova, go with it? It's like,
if he's not in Guardians 3, I'm going to be stunned.
Same. Yeah. It's
like, how do you not do that? Like, you got the whole aftermath of Endgame, you know, you got the Adam Warlock stuff, you're making callbacks to previous movies anyway. Like, just put Nova in there.
And I mean, we literally know that Xandar was decimated by Thanos because he shows up with the stone. He's like, I decimated them already. It's like, oh no.
And Gamora also says, or someone says in Infinity War, like last week, I think it might have been Thor, actually.
Yeah.
It's definitely a scene with the Guardians in. It's like, oh yeah, he just decimated Xandar. So it's like, okay.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have happened if you had well, it would have happened if you had a world-minded and a Nova Force, but it might not have been as bad.
That's actually what I like about the Guardians game, because they start and the Nova Corp is literally a fragment because of a giant cosmic war that happened. They were pretty much destroyed down to the last bare bones.
That's literally been the Nova Corps in the comics for 20 years.
Yeah, it's like, what was it? Annihilation also played right off of
that. I say 20 years. It was what, 15 at this point. Annihilation was like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of all of these but one.
So I could see them definitely doing that, being like, look, when we were getting decimated, we put all of our strength into making one super soldier. Here he is. Like,
I mean, you've got to say, you know, you had the one prototype.
Yep. Yeah.
Because at least now, like, we didn't obviously see what happened with Xandar, so you can actually go back in this movie and to like have that bit and be like, yeah, we were working on this suit, you know, here's the world mind AI, you know, we tapped into this, like, the Nova Force and all that. And then like Ryder's been hiding for a little bit and do it that way.
That could really work for them. Now, off of that, a little bit on Thunderbolts. Um, Boy, this seems overdue, but it's.
It feels like we've been talking about Thunderbolts for years.
I feel like I've been talking about Thunderbolts since before I was born.
Yeah.
Like it
My
was somehow
first word was
ingrained. Yeah,
Thunderbolts.
the first word was Thunderbolts. Yeah, it does feel that long though. Like, I mean, we can see they're setting up and like collecting the pieces for the chessboard in the MCU.
I'm
So,
gonna say they're setting up something you could call the Thunderbolts.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, just bringing Zemo back is step one.
Yeah,
Whether US Agent and Yelena are going to be on there, we don't know. I'm still under the impression that's going to be a Dark Avengers and Thunderbolts is going to be something different, but they could combine the two and limit themselves slightly. But we don't know.
Good, yeah. I mean,
but either way, point is they are definitely setting up something.
oh yeah, they are. I think we're pretty much hyped about it because again, I think there's something there to explore with that type of team that doesn't have to abide by any rules, that are willing to go, sidestep the rules and not be like, we don't have to follow this. So, and as we've seen with the Suicide Squad, I mean, there's your in, right? Like, it's
yeah. No, I think Cap 4, because I assume we're going to get Captain America 4 before this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put money on that setting Thunderbolts up.
Yeah, I could see that. That would make sense. You'd hope, but also, I mean, going off the whole Planet Hulk thing, right? Or World War Hulk, whatever the hell they're trying to set up, some sort of amalgamation of a bunch of Hulks. That's kind of you're in also for Thunderbolt and all these characters to kind of have more crossover and reach. So
you could kind of make it like a Winter Soldier type deal with Captain America 4, where it's like, hey, yeah, we want you to lead this, government sanctioned Avengers team to Sam. And then you can spin it out where it's like, these guys are kind of shady.
I mean, that'd actually be a good angle, being like, hey, since the Avengers don't exist, Cap, we have a new team of Avengers. Okay, who you got? Baron Zemo. Yeah, it's like, we got the worst of the worst. Everybody you fought. I don't think you get the point of the Avengers, guys. Well, this is who we can get. They're reformed now. Are they, though?
He's like, yeah, the Hulk? Well, we got the Rock.
He's
as long as he has the stash.
I mean, there's something there to explore with Thunderbolts being something that I think most people are kind of aware of on the periphery. Like, the casuals aren't really like, oh, I know exactly what this is. But it's been mentioned enough that even the casuals are starting to pick up on it. So it's got to be something that they're moving forward on.
I mean, of course they're picking up on it. You've got places like IGN.
Yeah.
Tweeting about it and all that.
Exactly.
So in case you missed it 12,000 times a year.
It's true, though. It's true.
And always late in night. And the comments are always the same thing. It's just like, guys, they do it, obviously. Like, just relax.